Hi there, students. So, our first lesson in grade 9 mathematics, quarter 1, week 1, is about illustrating quadratic equations. So, nung grade 8 kayo, you have studied about linear equation and even in grade 7 pala. So, matatandaan nyo yung linear equation, yung degree niya is only 1. So, dito sa quadratic equations, iba na. So, let's start. So, let's have the lesson objectives. The first objective is to illustrate quadratic equations. Second, to write quadratic equations in standard form and use real-life applications of quadratic equations. Bago tayo mag-proceed sa discussion natin about quadratic equations, let's have first a short activity. It has something to do with your past lessons in grade 7 and grade 8. So, importante kasi na alam nyo to kasi mahihirapan kayo sa quadratic equations kapag mahina yung foundation nyo dun sa mga previous lesson. For example, number 1, 3x times the quantity of x plus 8. So, para kunin ang product niya, i-distribute lang natin ang 3x sa terms na nasa loob ng parenthesis. That is 3x times x. That will become 3x squared. Paano naging 3x squared? Apply product rule using law of exponent. So, sa law of exponent po kasi, ang product rule, ina-add yung exponent. And then, 3x times 8, that is 24x. So, ito yung product na sinasabi ko. Next, what about negative 2x times the quantity of x squared minus 5? Again, i-distribute natin yung negative 2x sa x squared tsaka negative 5. Negative 2x times x squared is negative 2x cubed. So, kapag wala siyang exponent, automatically, 1 po yun. And then, using again product rule, 1 plus 2 is 3. Next, negative 2x times negative 5, that is positive 10x. Negative times negative, that is positive. So, the answer is negative 2x cubed plus 10x. So, let's have number 3. So, sa number 3 is x plus 7 times x minus 7. So, anong mapapansin nyo? Diba? Pareho lang sila ng term, nag-iiba lang sila dun sa sign. So, sa grade 8 kayo, ang tawag dyan is difference of two squares. So, ang mangyayari dito nyan, imumultiply lang natin yung dalawang first term, tsaka yung dalawang last term. So, that will be the answer. For example, x times x is x squared. 7 times negative 7, that is negative 49. So, the answer is x squared minus 49. Next, for number 4, if you are familiar with FOIL method, okay, so i-apply natin yung FOIL method. So, when you say FOIL method, we have F stands for first, O stands for outer, I stands for inner, and then L stands for last. So, dun muna tayo sa F. So, 4x times 3x, ito yung first. 4x times 3x, that is 12x squared. Next, outer. 4x times negative 4 is negative 16. And then inner. 3 times 3x, that is positive 9x. And then last, 3 times negative 4, that is negative 12. Is this the final answer? No. So, ang gagawin natin dito is, i-combine natin yung like terms. So, that will become 12x squared plus 9x. And then, itong negative 16 and negative 12, like terms sila, negative 16 plus negative 12, that is negative 28. So, our final answer is 12x squared plus 9x minus 28. So, kapag pinactor natin tong given na to, tong answer na to, ang factored form niya is yung given natin. Next, for our last example, we have the quantity of 2x minus 3 squared. So, ang gagawin lang natin dito, apply natin yung square of binomial. So, the first step is to square the first term. So, ang first term natin is 2x. Square natin siya. 2x times 2x, that is 4x square. And then, twice the product of the first term and the second term. That will become plus 2 times the first term, which is 2x, times the second term or last term, that is negative 3. And then, yung last step natin is square the last term, that is Negative 3 times negative 3, that will become 9. Next, 4x squared, kopyahin ulit, and then 2 times 2x is 4x, times negative 3 is negative 12x plus 9. So, the square of 2x minus 3 is 4x squared minus 12x plus 9. Again, kapag finactor nyo ang 4x squared minus 12x plus 9 na to, babalik lang din tayo dun sa given natin. Start. We have quadratic polynomial. So, when we say quadratic polynomial, ito yung highest degree ng given polynomial na yun ay 2. So, a quadratic polynomial can be written as ax squared plus bx plus c. As you can see, yung highest degree niya is 2 dun sa ax squared. Okay. Example of quadratic polynomials are 2x squared minus 5x plus 3 and negative 3x squared plus 7x plus 10. So, quadratic polynomial, ayan, kitang-kita nyo naman yung highest degree nilang dalawa is 2. So, kapag ang highest degree ng polynomial na yon ay 1 lang, hindi siya quadratic polynomial. Linear lang siya. So, let's have quadratic equation. An equation of degree 2 is called a quadratic equation. So, kapag ang pinag-uusapan natin is quadratic equation na, ang highest degree niya dapat is 2. So, kapag ang degree niya hindi siya 2, it can never be classified as quadratic equation. And then, the standard form of writing a quadratic equation is ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0, where a, b, and c are real numbers and a is not equal to 0. So, bakit kailangan ng a not equal to 0? It's because kapag nag-equal siya sa 0, that is considered as linear equation. So, mawawala na kasi yung value ng ax squared nun. So, ang lilitaw na lang nun is bx plus c equals 0 na lang. And then, equation ang pinag-uusapan natin, of course, kailangan meron yung equal symbol. And then, lagi siyang 0, equal 0, kapag standard form ang pinag-uusapan. So, let's have an example of quadratic equation. We have 3x squared minus 8x plus 13 equals 0. So, anong tawag dun sa 3x squared? Negative 8x, 13. So, term sila ng quadratic equation. However, meron silang katawagan talaga. For example, this one, 3x squared. Ang tawag dyan is quadratic term. Why quadratic term? Because of the degree 2. Next. Negative 8x is the linear term. Bakit linear term? Kasi ang degree po niya is 1. And then, kapag wala siyang variable na kasama, ang tawag sa kanya in algebra is constant term. Okay, so usually ang constant term po, sinusulat siya at the end of every equation, at the end of every expression. So let's have activity. So write the following quadratic equations in standard form. So malalaman natin na naka-standard form ang equation kapag naka-arrange yung terms niya in decreasing power. For example, quadratic equation ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. So, kung mapapansin nyo, naka-arrange yung mga powers nila, yung terms nila in decreasing powers. So, 2, and then, ano kasunod ng 2? 1, and then, ang c, 0 ang kanyang degree. So, ayan, 2, 1, 0. So, let's have example number 1. So, 2x squared plus 3x equals 6. So, isusulat natin siya sa standard form. So, ang mangyayari nito, yung 6 na constant term, kailangan mailipat siya sa kabila. And then, kailangan equal 0 lang siya. So, paano yon? So, ganito. 2x squared plus 3x and then minus 6 equals 6 minus 6. So, bakit nagma-minus 6 tayo? Para mawala yung 6 dito sa right side. So, next, magiging 2x squared plus 3x minus 6 equals 6 minus 6, that is 0. Therefore, this is the standard form of the given equation. So let's have the second example. Okay, so kung mapapansin nyo, meron tayo ditong naka-parenthesis. So, hindi po siya nakasulat sa standard form kapag may nakikita pa tayong parenthesis. So, ang gagawin natin dito is, i-distribute natin yung 3 dun sa mga terms sa loob ng parenthesis. So, ang mangyayari, that will become 3 times x squared, 3x squared, 3 times negative 5x, that is negative 15x, plus 1 equals 0. So, saka pa lang natin masasabi na nakasulat na yung equation sa standard form. That is, 3x squared minus 15x plus 1 equals 0. So, let's have the third example. Negative x times the quantity of x plus 4 equals 0. So, ang negative x, i-distribute natin siya dun sa mga terms na nasa loob ng parenthesis. That will become negative x times x, that is negative x squared. Negative x times 4, that is negative 4x equals 0. Nakasulat na ba siya sa standard form? Hindi. Why? It's because yung numerical coefficient ng ax squared ay negative. Dapat po laging positive. So, paano magiging positive yon? Multiply the whole equation by negative 1. So, negative 1 times negative x squared, that is x squared. Negative 1 times negative 4x, that is positive 4x, equals negative 1 times 0. Of course, any number multiplied to 0, the answer is 0. Therefore, the standard form of the given equation is x squared plus 4x equals 0. So, example number 4, we have the quantity of x plus 2 times 2x minus 5 equals 0. So, again, we'll use FOIL method. First, x times 2x, 2x squared. X times negative 5, negative 5x. Inner, 2 times 2x, that is 4x. 2 times negative 5, that is negative 10, equals 0. So, combine like terms tayo ngayon. 2x squared. So, yung mga like terms natin is negative 5x tsaka 4x. So, negative 5 plus 4, that is negative 1. So, negative x minus 10 equals 0. So, why negative? It's because follow the sign of the bigger value. Therefore, this is the standard form of the given equation. 2x squared minus x minus 10 equals 0. Sample number 5. 7 plus 2x squared minus 8x equals negative 3x plus 9. Okay, so ang gagawin lang natin dito is, etong negative 3x plus 9 na to, kailangan nating dalhin sa left side. So, ang mangyayari, 7 plus 2x squared minus 8x. So, dahil negative 3x siya, para matanggal, we need to add 3x. So, that is plus 3x. And then, itong positive 9 na to, minus 9 dapat. Equals negative 3x plus 9 plus 3x minus 9. Now, combine like terms. So, ang like terms natin, negative 8x, tsaka 3x, tsaka yung 7 and negative 9. So, sulat natin, 2x squared. Negative 8 plus 3x, that is negative 5x. 7 minus 9, that is negative 2 equals, so ito, makakancel na lahat yan. So, kasi 3x minus 3x, 0, 9 minus 9 is 0. So, the standard form of the given equation is 2x squared minus 5x minus 2 equals 0. So, for our next example, we have the quantity of 4x minus 1 squared equals 15x squared plus 7x. So, ipo-perform muna natin to bago natin pakialaman yung nasa right side. So, square of binomial, square the first term, 4x times 4x, that is 16x squared. Twice the product of the first and last term. 4 times negative 1 is negative 4 times 2, negative 8x. Next, square the last term, negative 1 times negative 1, that is positive 1. And then, ililipat natin tong 15x squared plus 7x sa left side. Para mangyari yon, kailangan natin mag-minus ng 15x squared tsaka 7x. Negative 15x squared minus 7x equals, so dahil ima-minus na natin yung 15x squared minus 7x, ang matitira na lang dito is 0. Okay. Now, combine like terms, 16x squared and negative 15x squared. 16 minus 15, that is 1. So, x squared. And then, negative 8 and negative 7, combine natin sila. Negative 8 minus 7, that is negative 15x. Plus the constant term 1 equals 0. So, this is the standard form of the given equation. X squared minus 15x plus 1 equals. So, let's have example number 7. The quantity of 3x plus 2 times x minus 8 equals 9x minus 16. So, ipa-perform muna natin itong nakaparenthesis bago natin ilipat itong 9x minus 16. So, using FOIL method, 3x times x, 3x squared. 3x times negative 8, negative 24x. 2 times x, that is positive 2x. 2 times negative 8, that is negative 16, equals 9x minus 16. Now, itong 9x minus 16 na to, kailangan natin siyang ilipat sa left side para equal 0 na lang siya dito. So, ang mangyayari, 3x squared minus 24x plus 2x minus 16, and then minus 9x, and then itong negative 16 na to magiging plus 16 equals 0. Now, combine like terms. 3x squared, so nag-iisa lang siya, that will become 3x squared lang, copy. And then negative 24x, 2x, tsaka negative 9x. Negative 24 plus 2 is negative 22. Negative 22 minus 9x, that is negative 31x. And then negative 16 plus 16 is 0. So the answer is 3x squared minus 31x equals 0. So kung mapapansin nyo, wala siyang constant term. Considered ba siya as quadratic equation? Yes, because meron tayong quadratic term na 3x squared. So this is the final answer. Next, example number 8, we have the quantity of 2x plus 3 squared equals the quantity of 3x minus 2 squared. So, magkabilaan yung kanilang mga exponent. So, ipa-perform natin sila both side. So, 2x times 2x, that is 4x squared. And then, twice the product of the first and second term. 2 times 3 is 6x times 2, 12x. Square the last term, 3 squared, 9. And then, on the right side, square the first term, 3x. That is 3x times 3x, 9x squared. Multiply the first term and the last term by 2. 3x times negative 2 is negative 6x times 2, negative 12x. And then, square the last term, negative 2 squared. That will become positive 4. Now, so itong negative 9x squared, itong 9x squared minus 12x plus 4 na to is, kailangan natin siyang ilipat sa gitna para maging 0 ulit siya. So, 4x squared plus 12x plus 9 minus 9x squared plus 12x minus 4 equals 0. So, kapag hindi po natin binago yung sign niya, of course, automatically, mali po yung sagot. Now, combine like terms. 4x squared tsaka negative 9x squared, that will become negative 5x squared. And then, 12x plus 12x, that is 24x. 9 minus 4 is positive 5 equals 0. So, since negative pa rin ang coefficient ng x squared natin, kailangan maging positive, we multiply it by negative 1. So, our final answer is 5x squared minus 24x minus 5 equals 0. So, this is our final answer. So, let's have example number 9. 2x plus 3 over x equals 7. So, pag ganito na po yung given natin, meron siyang parang fraction. So, kailangan natin kunin yung LCD. So, when we say LCD, it is the least common denominator. So, ang denominator ng 2x ay 1, while 3 is x. So, ang ating LCD ay x. And then, yung x na to, imumultiply natin to the whole equation para mawala yung denominator. That is x times 2x, 2x squared, plus x times 3, 3x over x, 3, equals x times 7, 7x. Now, 7x, kailangan natin siyang i-transfer on the left side. So, magma-minus tayo ng 7x. 2x squared plus 3 minus 7x equals 7x minus 7x. So, 7x minus 7x is 0. Now, itong 2x squared plus 3 minus 7x, i-arrange lang natin siya in standard form. So, the answer is 2x squared minus 7x plus 3 equals 0. So, again, our final answer is 2x squared minus 7x plus 3 equals 0. So for our last example, number 10, we have 5x squared minus 2x plus 1 all over 3 equals x squared plus 4x over 2. So, pwede nating gawin is i-cross multiply. So, 5x squared minus 2x plus 1 times 2 equals x squared plus 4x times 3. Or pwede rin namang kunin natin yung LCD nila. So, let's try cross multiplication. 2 times 5x squared minus 2x plus 1 equals 3 times the quantity x squared plus 4x. Now, 2 will be distributed. Ayan, 2 times 5x squared is 10x squared minus 2 times negative 2, negative 4x, 2 times 1, 2, equals 3 times x squared, 3x squared, 3 times 4x, that is 12x. Okay. And then, 3x squared plus 12x, kailangan natin siyang i-transfer sa kabilang side. So, 10x squared minus 4x plus 2 minus 3x squared minus 12x equals 0. Next, combine like terms. So, 10x squared and negative 3x squared. So, the answer, 7x squared. Next, negative 4x minus 12x, that is negative 16x. And then, ang constant term natin na 2, wala namang i-add or ma-minus sa kanya, so retain, plus 2 equal 0. So, this is the standard form of the given equation. Quadratic equation may also be applied in our everyday life. Like for example, in calculating for the area of a garden, the speed of an object, and even business products profit. So, marami siyang application. So, hindi lang siya purely math. Okay? Let's have another activity. Illustrate the following situation in quadratic equations. So, magpe-present ako sa inyo ng mga iba-ibang problems, and then, i-illustrate natin yung problem na yon in quadratic equations. So, let's have example number 1. The length of the side of a square garden is 3x minus 4 meters. The area of the garden is 196 square meters. So, for our solution, so given yung side ng square which is 3x minus 4 meters. While yung area niya is 196 square meters. Now, the formula of finding the area of square is A equals S squared. So, dahil given ang side and then yung area, madali nating makukuha yung equation. So, substitute lang natin 196 equals S. Itong side niya, that is the quantity of 3x minus 4 squared. Next, 196 equals, square natin to. So, square the first term, 3x times 3x, that is 9x squared. Twice the product of the first and second term. 3x times negative 4 is negative 12x times 2, negative 24x. Square the last term, negative 4 squared, that is 16. Now, pagpalitin natin sila ng pwesto, 9x squared minus 24x plus 16 equals 196. Next, so yung 196, kailangan natin siyang ilipat sa left side. That will become 9x squared minus 24x plus 16 minus 196 equals 0. So, once na nilipat na natin yun, minus na natin or in-add na natin yung kung ano man ang ililipat natin sa kabila, that will be equal to 0. Now, 16 minus 196 is negative 180. And then, copy lang natin yung 9x squared minus 24x equals 0. So, ito po yung ating final answer. So, let's have example number 2. The area of a rectangular garden is 84 square feet. The length of the box is 5 more than the width. So, the solution will be, let W be the width. And then, since mas mataas, mas mahaba ng 5 feet yung length niya, magiging W plus 5. Ito yung kanyang length. So, ina-express natin yung area in terms of W. And then, the given area of the garden is 84 square feet. Now, the formula of the area of rectangle is LW. L stands for length, W stands for width. So, isa-substitute lang natin ngayon yung mga given natin. That will become 84 equals the given length na in terms of W siya, W plus 5. And then, yung ating width, W lang siya. So, rewrite natin siya, 84 equals W plus 5 times W. And then, itong W na to, i-distribute lang natin siya dun sa terms na nasa loob ng parenthesis. Magiging 84 equals W times W, that is W squared. 5 times W, that is 5W. And then, exchange natin yung position nila. That will become W squared plus 5W equals 84. And then, tong 84 na to, ililipat natin siya sa left side. So, that will become W squared plus 5W minus 84 equals 84 minus 84. So, our final answer is W squared plus 5W minus 84 equals 0. So, for example number 3, we have the product of two consecutive integers is 650. So, when we say consecutive, magkasunod. So, for our solution, let x be the smaller number or integer. And then, x plus 1 be the larger integer. So, since ang product nila is 650, ganito ang magiging equation niya. X times x plus 1 equals 650. And then, i-distribute natin yung x dun sa terms ng nasa parenthesis. x times x is x squared. X times 1, that is x, equals 650. Again, itong 650, we need to transfer it on the left side. That will become x squared plus x minus 650 equals 650 minus 650. So our final answer is x squared plus x minus 650 equals 0. So let's have example number 4. A motorcycle driver travels 15 km per hour faster than a car driver. The motorcycle driver covers 60 km in 2 hours, less than the time it takes the car driver to travel the same distance. So para sa solution natin, gagamitin natin yung formula for speed, which is S equals D over T, where D stands for the distance traveled and then T stands for time. So and then, ima-manipulate natin siya para makuha natin yung time equation na T equals D over S. Now, in the given problem, the speed of the motorcycle is 15 km per hour faster than the car speed. Yung car naman, let X siya. And then the distance traveled ng dalawang car na to is 60 kilometers. And based din sa problem na sinasabi na yung motorcycle daw, na-cover niya daw yung distance ng 60 kilometer 2 hours less than dun sa kinover naman ng car. So our solution or our equation will be 60 over x for the car and then minus 60 all over x plus 15 para sa motorcycle equals 2. Y equals 2? Kasi yung difference ng oras nilang dalawa ng motorcycle and car is 2 hours. So, hindi pa nakasulat sa standard form ang ating equation. So, kailangan natin kunin ng LCD nila. So, ang denominator na given is x tsaka x plus 15. So, the LCD is x tsaka x plus 15. Ayan. So, imumultiply natin itong LCD na yan sa given equation para mawala yung mga denominator niya. So, dito muna tayo sa 60 over x. So, makakancel yung x. So, matitira na lang is 60 times x plus 15. Minus, dito naman sa pangalawa, makakancel yung x plus 15. So, x na lang ang matitira. Equals 2 times itong LCD natin. So, wala naman makakancel. Copy lang. And then, i-distribute natin itong 60 sa mga terms na nasa loob ng parentheses. That will become 60 x plus 900 minus 60 times x, 60x, equals 2 times x plus 15. Ang sagot is 2x squared plus 30x. Now, combine like terms. So, 60 tsaka negative 60x, 0. So, 900 na lang ang sagot. Equals 2x squared plus 30x. So, pwede natin siyang i-rewrite na 2x squared plus 30x equals 900. And then, pwede nating i-divide yung whole equation by 2. So, para lumiit siya. So, 2x squared divided by 2 is x squared. 30x divided by 2, that is 15x. 900 divided by 2, 415. So, and then, x squared plus 15x. Itong 450, ima-minus natin sa kabila. And then, ima-minus din natin sa left side. So, x squared plus 15x minus 450 equals 0. This is the equation that we are looking for. So, bago ko sabihin ang susunod na lesson, I hope naging clear yung discussion natin regarding the illustration of quadratic equations. So, remember na kapag quadratic equation ang pinag-uusapan natin, degree 2 siya. So, wala siyang ibang degree kundi 2. Kasi kapag naging 1 lang siya, again, magiging linear equation. And then, kung 3, 4, 5, ibang types of equations na yon. And then, ano pa, yung pag-write ng quadratic equations in standard form or any equation that may be written in standard form, in their standard form, make sure na naka-arrange yung terms in decreasing powers, pababa. Okay? And then, of course, the use of real-life applications in quadratic equations. So for our next lesson, we have solving quadratic equations by extracting the square roots. So kung familiar kayo dun sa mga perfect square like for example, square root of 1, square root of 4, square root of 100. So makakatulong yan para dito sa susunod na lesson na yan. So I hope may natutunan kayo and then maraming salamat.